Nelson Tethers, Department of Puzzle Research. Just arrived in Scoggins, Minnesota. There's a weird man staring at me. Some kind of thing going on at the local eraser factory. Locals report hearing whispers. Snow must be playing tricks on my eyes. For a second, I thought I saw... Eraser Factory is back open, even though Foreman Isaac Dabner remains missing. The Bureau's marking this case officially closed.
Ingram?
Oh, hiya, Nelson. Thought you'd left for the night.
How are things going in vegetable crimes?
The guys in leafy greens are pretty busy, but you know how dull it is in roots and tubers. We haven't had a real case since the Taro murders back in '76. What I wouldn't give to see some field action like you did. Puzzle Division. Wow!
Jim, Puzzle Division isn't that exciting.
Come on, Nelson. You were out of the office a whole week.
Are you looking through the Scoggins file?
I sure am. Oh, I hope you don't mind. It's just, I'm kind of a fan. You didn't just reopen some eraser factory. You completely cracked that case like it was some first-timer's letter substitution puzzle.
Yeah, crack that case wide open. So, what are you doing in my office?
Check it out! I just solved the latest from Japanese puzzle master Hanji Monosaki. It's rated 4 dragons. Looks like you've got some competition in the puzzle-solving department.
Yeah, about that. Nice try, Jim, but you see here,
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
don't worry, you almost... Hey, Jim, if you like puzzles, maybe you could do me a huge favor. I'm gonna be taking some time off, and I've still got all these tapes from the Scoggins case.
You want me to log them into evidence? These tapes must have all the puzzles.
Thanks, Jim, and I'll probably be recording more notes while I'm away.
No problem. Just mail them back to me and I'll file them through vegetable crimes.
Thanks for the help, Jim.
Yeah, Nelson. Have a good trip to... wherever.
The Bureau's marking this case officially closed, but I can't leave it like this. The factory foreman is still missing. There has to be some rational explanation for all the things I've seen. It's going to take all my vacation time, but I won't be able to relax until I found Isaac Downer and gotten to the bottom of this case. The only way to do that is to go back to Scoggins, Minnesota. I'm finally back in Scoggins. The place is a lot quieter at night. I don't see any of the familiar townspeople. I'm going to check into Valda's Inn and get a fresh start on the case in the morning.
Oh my, Mr. Agent Tethers.
Good evening, Mrs. Garrett.
Oh dear. I mean, good evening, Agent Tethers. I didn't expect to see the FBI back here in town, not now that the eraser factory's back up and running.
This is just a personal trip. Has anyone heard from the factory foreman, Isaac Davner?
What? Who? Oh, no. I mean, I don't recall anyone with that name.
I never did get to try your famous hot dish.
Ooh, well, have a seat and I can whip up. I mean, we're all out. No, sir, not a scrap of it anywhere. Can't make any hot dish for the guests just come in from the cold.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah.
I suppose the factory's still running with no problems?
Oh, yeah. Our plant supplies the White House with all of its erasers, don't you know?
Yes, ma'am. It's a national treasure.
And you helped us get to the bottom of that nasty incident like a real town hero.
Well, it was no...
Which is why it's so unusual that you'd be back in town again.
Do you know where I can get some chewing gum?
Gum? Oh my, no. You won't find a stick of it anywhere in town. Not until spring at the earliest, and maybe not even then.
Why do you say that?
There have been rumblings in the town council trying to ban it within city limits.
But gum's the only thing that helps me concentrate.
Yeah, it's all part of the new Keep Scoggins Beautiful campaign. It's just a darn shame. You can see pieces stuck to walls and trees everywhere you look.
I'll be on the lookout for it. Could I get the same room I had last time?
Oh no, oh dear, this is terrible. We're completely booked up, I'm afraid. No vacancies.
No vacancies? In Scoggins?
Oh yeah, lots of, tourists. Here for the snow and, erasers. Look, you can see here for yourself.
Looks like there's a room available.
Well, isn't this embarrassing? That room is being, fumigated. Ghosts.
Ghosts?
No, not ghosts. The other thing.
Bedbugs?
Oh, heavens, no. Of course it's not bed bugs. It's, painters.
The room's being fumigated for painters?
Don't be silly, Agent Tethers. I mean to say the room's being painted. I'm sorry, but you'll just have to look somewhere else.
But it's freezing, and this is the only hotel in...
Yeah, no vacancies. You'll just have to go outside.
Stove still working fine, Ms. Garrett? Good, then I just won't go anywhere near it ever again. Scoggins hasn't wasted any time making me feel unsettled and unwelcome. Tried to check into the hotel, only to be told there were no vacancies. Unless the town's become a tourist hotspot, the innkeeper is trying to hide something. Just heard something from the alley behind the hotel. The alley where I saw one of those creatures. I'm going to investigate. Oh, it's just the door. The noises in the alley turned out to be nothing more sinister than a back door to a warm room for the night. There has to be a reason Mrs. Garrett doesn't want anyone to know I'm staying here. But that, is a mystery for tomorrow. Ah, a hidden people lamp to stare at me all night while I sleep. Comforting. time. That wasn't so bad. It's clear now that the mysteries of Scoggins go deeper than the incident at the eraser factory. And I'm convinced I made the right choice to come back. Assuming, of course, I make it through the night. Huh? It's no good. Someone knows I'm in town because I've just received a note. Isaac Davner does not exist. I won't have any idea what that means until I've gotten enough information to solve the puzzle on the other side. My first priority tomorrow is to take this note into town and find out what these names have in common.
Stupid flyers. Crash of a black moon.
Excuse me. Daryl, was it?
Hang on, Hey, you're that FBI guy!
Special Agent Tethers, Puzzle Research Division.
Yeah, well, I've got a missing person case for you guys to solve.
The factory foreman?
That's old news. I'm talking about my brother Daryl.
Have you seen or heard from Isaac Davner since I left?
Who?
The foreman of the eraser factory. He went missing after the factory shut down.
Oh yeah, him. Yeah, figures. People here go missing all the time.
Could you tell me more about your brother's disappearance?
We were out past Sesame Woods a couple of days ago. Daryl split off on his own because he said we were in Barrel Oak country.
Barrel Oak?
Oh, they're real. Don't doubt it.
And he was scared of them.
Scared? Nah, he went hunting for him. Haven't seen him since.
Is there anything else you can tell me about Daryl?
He's allergic to walnuts. What do you want to know? Not much to it, Mr. FBI. He went missing out past Sesame Woods, and somebody needs to go look for him.
Do you know anything about the hidden people?
Great. My brother goes missing, and the FBI comes to ask me about forest gnomes.
You don't believe in them?
You should have come here earlier, when I was 4 years old and listened to bedtime stories.
Where have you been putting up those flyers?
I've been getting permission first. It's legal.
Need any help?
Sure. Federal tax dollars should work.
There you go. That should get everybody in town on the lookout for Daryl.
I doubt it in this town. People disappear all the time in Scoggins. Nobody even notices anymore.
There have been other missing people?
Plenty others. Even that researcher over at the campground had his buddy go missing just last week.
Do you know where I could...
He's got a trailer at the Wallows campground. Name's Alfred, something or other. Have fun, Mr. FBI. You can try looking for my brother while you're at it.
It sounds like Isaac Davner's just one of many missing people around Scoggins. The cases might all be related. I'm heading to the Wallows to ask a researcher there about his missing friend. And look for Daryl's brother, of course. Excuse me, sir. I'm looking for a researcher.
You found one.
I'm Special Agent Tethers with the FBI Puzzle Research Division, Dr.
Versteckt. But that's my father's name. Call me Alfred. I'm doing anthropological research here in Scoggins. I'm a student of mankind.
Someone in town said your friend had gone missing?
Friend? Oh, yes, they must be talking about my graduate student, Will Medlock. Very bright young man. Disappeared, when was that? 2 months ago?
That was before the incident at the eraser factory. But no one mentioned it before.
Can't say I'm surprised. Local law enforcement was no help.
Yes, I've met the local law enforcement.
People here are more interested in puzzles than missing people.
Is there anything else you can tell me about this missing grad student, Will?
Well, now that I think about it, I wonder if spending time in Scoggins was starting to have an effect on him.
How do you mean?
He became unfocused. Talked about nightmares and whispers. I didn't think much of it at the time. He walked away in the middle of one of my discussions about the transformative power of myth and legend. I thought he was just bored, but I never saw him again.
What is an anthropologist doing in Scoggins, Minnesota?
Same thing an anthropologist does anywhere else. I'm studying people.
The people of Scoggins? Is there enough to study?
Oh my, yes. The shared reality made by the people and their folklore. I've been here for years, and I've just barely scratched the surface. Don't you get the sense that this is a town on the cusp of something big? Their folklore, their fascination with puzzles. It's as if the energy of thought is being transformed into solving one of the great problems of our age.
How long have you been here in Scoggins?
Let's see, about 15 years? I'm on my 8th government grant.
Do you know anything about the missing factory foreman, Isaac Davner?
Ah, yes. Fascinating story, that. A real suburban myth in the making. To the people of Scoggins, he's the archetype of the martyr, a ritual sacrifice made as an attempt to assert control over capricious nature.
Wait a second. Davner's not a myth. He's a real person. I've met him.
Myths are real, Agent Tethers. We're all characters playing roles. The hero in a quest for truth. The wise, mysterious sage who serves as his guide.
Wise. Right. You must know something about the local stories about gnomes?
The hidden people? Well, of course. They're the ones who brought me here in the first place. I'm studying the myth and worship of the hidden people.
Oh, then you've dealt with that cult, the Brotherhood of Scoggins.
Be careful, Agent Tethers. Their devotion to the hidden people makes them extremely driven and extremely dangerous.
Thanks for your time, Alfred. If you hear any more about Isaac Davner or your missing friend, please let me know.
I've just spoken with a mild-mannered but extremely driven agent from the FBI. He was looking for information about the hidden people and the rash of disappearances in the area, including young Wills. Of course, if he's investigating a missing persons case, he'd best talk to Sheriff Bogg. The sheriff may not be helpful, but he is the one man in town with information about all the missing residents.
What he said